The movie begins with Alvin having a fight with his fiancée Chloe. Alvin's cousin sister Margaret walked in and asked what was going on, but it turned out to be more heated. Margaret raised her hand to hit her but didn't and left. Chloe continued screaming and shouting on Alvin. Their daughter Penelope walked in and said, "Mom, keep it down, Mom, yet shouting, keep it down." Meet Sophia. Sophia came and applied for the job. Vacancy she saw noted outside. Margaret said she's too young for this. She's supposed to be in school. Sophia said, please, she really needs this job. Her father is late, her mom is sick, and no one to help. Margaret said she should come back tomorrow for an interview. She needs to discuss it with her brother. She told her brother about it and he said that's fine because she's been doing the work all day. She hasn't been focusing on her own business. The next day, Chloe and her daughter were waiting for Alvin to come take them to the mall. Chloe kept screaming and shouting that her makeup is translucent. It will start melting if it doesn't come down. Penelope said her makeup is okay. They should just go to the car and wait for him there. She can on the AC directly to her face. Sophia just came as she was told. She met Alvin at the door. She started introducing herself to Alvin, but Alvin did not hear one word, just keep staring at her. At that time, Margaret came downstairs. She said, "Oh, Sophia, you're here." Introduced Sophia to Alvin. Chloe walked in and started shouting at Alvin why did he left them in the car. Sophia greeted her and she said, "Who the hell are you?" She said she's the new maid and Chloe said, "What? Get out, we don't need you. Can't enter my kitchen. Do you know how to cook intercontinental dishes?" Margaret said, "Your kitchen and you have never stepped your foot in it. I've been doing all the house chores, the cooking, you've never done anything. All you do is shout, shout, shout." Chloe said she has an experienced chef she's going to bring. Margaret said she's going nowhere and she's going to work here. Let's go. Chloe said, "You watch your sister talk to me like that, do something." Alvin said, "I'm tired of this your attitude, let go of me." Margaret showed Sophia the kitchen and told her to make jollof rice for her first test. Now they are back from the mall. Penelope walked in and saw Sophia and asked if she was the maid. Sophia said yes. Then she asked her what did she make. Sophia said what would she like to eat. Penelope said, "You see, that's how you fail exam. I asked you what do you make. Don't answer me with questions." Sophia apologized and said she made rice. She said she should dish it and take it to her room. Go and stop staring at me. At night, Alvin could not sleep but kept thinking of Sophia's beautiful face. The next day, Sophia was fully employed and she finally moved in because she lives in the mainland, which is too far from the island. So they gave her a room to stay. That morning, after she was done making breakfast, she went upstairs to tell everyone to come downstairs to eat. But when she went to tell Alvin, Alvin held her hands. He told her how beautiful she is and he proceeded to kiss her. Sophia ran out of the room and went downstairs and ran out of the house entirely. The security man rushed and followed her and asked her what was wrong. Margaret came downstairs and didn't see Sophia, so she headed out. Chloe and her daughter came downstairs too and started shouting, "Where is the food? Where is the food? Where is that stupid girl?" Margaret met Sophia and asked her what was wrong. Sophia lied that it's like she saw her late grandfather. Margaret said, "When this has seen things, let's go inside. Maybe you're just stressed out." Sophia came in and Chloe gave her a dirty slap for keeping them waiting. Margaret said, "Why will you slap her? You didn't even ask the poor girl what happened. You just land your hand on her." Chloe said, "Ask what happened with this incompetent girl and slap her again." Margaret slapped her back and said, "Are you mad? Have you gone nuts?" Alvin came downstairs and Chloe said she didn't do anything. His sister slapped her. Margaret explained what happened to Alvin. Penelope said, "It's Auntie Margaret that slapped my mom." Margaret asked her to shut it and tap her nose. Penelope started screaming that her face, her nose is bleeding. Oh my god. Her mom checked her and said, "Oh my god, you need surgery. Oh my god. She has ruined your face. Oh my god." And they went upstairs with their crazy attitude. Sophia came to serve them and Alvin kept staring at her. Well, at night, he couldn't sleep again. All he was doing was thinking about her. Sophia too can't get her mind off him. She went to Margaret's room and told her she needs to confide in her. She said she's scared she might end up falling in love with her Oga. It's like Alvin like her. This morning when she went to call him for food, he almost kissed her. And that's why she thinks she can't continue this job anymore. Margaret told her to go back to her room. She will see her tomorrow morning. Margaret went to Alvin's room to discuss it with him. She was surprised to see him fully awake. So she told him that, "I knew you like Sophia. I can see the way you look at her." Alvin rushed to check if the door is locked. He told Margaret that seriously he can't take his mind off her. She just give him that peace that he has always wanted. So she said, "What will happen to Chloe, your fiancé?" He said they are not married yet and after all she said she wants to go back to the States. Margaret said, "You can't keep two women, they will kill you. Most especially that your crazy fiancé. So you better think fast." The next morning, Sophia went and served Chloe's food in her room. On her way out, Chloe choked her and asked her to stay very far away from her man. She knows her her man like fair girls like her. If she sees her near her man, she's going to kill her. She went to his room to serve him his food too. Then he locked the door. He told her he's nothing, he just wants to talk to her. He said she needs to go, she can't stay here with him. He said he really liked her and he wants them to be together. He asked her where she stopped in school and she said she just finished her work. Then he asked if she would like to further She said yes, till she saved much money. Then he said she shouldn't worry, he will sponsor her education throughout. He said he really liked her and he would love her to be his wife. He asked her to check into his eyes and tell him what she see. She looked and said she didn't see anything. Then he wanted to kiss her again. She opened the door and ran out. She ran straight to her room and started packing her things. She came across Margaret on her way out. Margaret asked where she was going to. She lied her mother is sick and she's at the hospital. They need her now. Margaret said she just talked to her mom this morning and she sounds fine. So she insists she take her to the hospital. Sophia said the doctor said they don't want to see anybody apart from her. Margaret said, what kind of stupid doctor is that? Sophia, I don't know you to be lying. Now start telling me the truth. Then she said it's Oga Alvin. She went and met him in his room and said Sophia is about to run away. He ran up and she said, come back, where are you going? Thank your God I was able to cut up with her. Now you need to stop playing games and make a decision. Then he said the problem with Chloe is they have a daughter together. So she's definitely his baby mama. Margaret said, you know she's older than you, that's why she took advantage of you. She made you impregnate her so that she can dig on all your money. All you need to do is settle her and ask her to go back to Canada. Say she has been disturbing you, she wants to go back. At that point, Penelope was hearing all the conversation. Then she rushed and go and tell her that mom Margaret is telling her dad to send her away. Chloe stayed up all night thinking of how her life would be without him. The next morning, Alvin told her it's time to leave. She said she's going nowhere. She's dying here. Margaret said you wouldn't dare. Then she said if they want her to leave, Alvin will have to do as she says. She will pick the country and the location of her choice, buy her the latest car of her choice with 100 million naira. Alvin said he's giving her 50 million naira and that's it. She can use it to get car or whatever she wants. That's all he's giving her. She said it's 100 million or nothing. Margaret said shut up and take whatever they give you. You this gold digger. We didn't know your background. We know where you come from. Because you see him, a young lover boy that came abroad to study, you decide to lavish on him. Take the 50 million and get out of this place. And here Penelope was crying. She's going to miss her mom. So we asked him to take very good care of her and she put her first before anything. If not, she'll come for them. She left and Penelope continued crying. Margaret called her and hugged her and asked her to calm down. Her mom will surely come and see her time to time and they will also go and visit her time to time. Alvin rushed to meet Sophia and hugged her, not knowing that Chloe was still around and saw them through the kitchen window. She screamed and started shouting that, is it because of this? I knew it. Alvin said, yes, it's because of her. She gave me peace that you don't give me. So get out of this place and never return. Chloe started acting sympathy that I've changed. Alvin, remember how we met? Do you remember the pizza slice that we shared when we first met? Remember our love story? I promise you I will change, okay? He pushed her away and asked her to get out. He had stopped loving her for a very long time. Then he turned and hugged his baby girl. And here we saw Chloe on the street crying and pulling her luggage. Alvin finally properly introduced Sophia to his cousin sister as his wife to be, and alongside she will get to go back to school, so she will stop working as a maid here. Margaret was so happy and said she can't wait to tell her aunt this. She's so proud of him and this is what his mom has always wanted. She wants him to start a family early so that he can concentrate. And that's it for Sunkiss. Shout out to all the amazing actors. Please rate this movie out of 10. Don't forget to subscribe, share and like. See you next time. Bye-bye.